Love you, bro. See, people always ask me, Frank, are you an extrovert or an introvert? See, I don't really know how to answer that question because I think psychological states and phenomenological spectrum is one unbroken continuum. It's constantly in flux. And see, how sad do you have to see? Everyone gets sad, right? Even the people who are not clinically diagnosed as being depressed. But what's the threshold that you have to cross from being just sad and depressed? Where's that line that's drawn? And after you cross the line, psychiatrists give you medications and be like, okay, now you're officially depressed. There is no such line. There's no such line because, as I said, it's a spectrum and can't be divided or chopped into pieces to be labeled and categorized by concepts and language. Even with that said, I've taken a lot of psychological examinations and self-assessments, and all the tests came out. It shows that I'm largely an introvert. And when I tell people that, they're like, Frank, but you do all those things in public and you don't give a fuck. Like, you share a glass of water with Ronnie. What are you drinking, Ronnie? What? And you do seizure hops in front of Arno, and you have sex on a mattress on the street and play the violin in a thong. You are a very social guy. You know, you go clubbing all the time. And ironically, you know, during those situations, I feel more internalized than when I'm just in my own room and masturbating, watching porn. The more I'm around other people, the more I retrieve back into my own world. See, I went to the bar once with RSD Tyler Owen. He gave me a lesson in pickup, and he said that I was so unaware, in a sense that it worked to my advantage, because I sort of manifest what goes on internally and flip it inside out. That all the people that I'm interacting with arise through the same space of consciousness as my deepest and most private thoughts. And if you think about it on a deeper reality, in a reality that's closer to reality itself, all the people you interact with are constructed by your brain as characters in your dream. People are afraid to act upon their impulses because they're afraid of what people think. So the public speaking, which is, you know, voted as in the service, is the number one, the most feared factor in the human condition. People are more afraid of public speaking than death. And I don't think it's public speaking that people are afraid of. It's intrinsically, it's the fear of other minds, which is the biggest phobia known to mankind. See, when you're so introverted that you sort of absorb and collapse the whole external environment, the whole world that you perceive, into yourself, then you become an extrovert. Likewise, coming from the other side of the extreme, when you're so extroverted that you flip your entire sense of self inside out and imprint your internal reality onto the external world, that you become an extrovert. Both processes are the same thing, isn't it? Both going inward completely and going outward completely. You end up in the same realm of non-duality. The line, the dichotomy, the duality between inside and outside, between extrovert and introvert, between self and world, becomes erased and dissolved.